Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another installment of the SCB Podcast. What's up, Ron?
What's going on, Jake?
Not a whole lot. I'm glad we got to do this today on this fine evening. I feel like it's been forever.
It has been forever. Dude, it's just like, I'm really bummed that we didn't get to do it last night.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Because we were like, oh yeah, like we could do but this, that. Was like, it's just me and you again. Like, and then like your parents were like, oh yeah, we should, are we sleeping downstairs?
And fuck. Yeah, right at that moment, I was just like, I wanted to do the podcast so bad last night. I had, not to say there's no motivation today. There is, but yesterday was just at like my peak. I was like,
Saturday is like our day.
Yeah.
Dude. It's like where you're like, okay, fuck yeah, we're gonna get the podcast done. And then you know when that shit doesn't happen, it's like it doesn't make it harder, but it's different.
And way
like,
different.
And
it's just like we have to watch the football game on silent just so we can get this done. Because I want to get it done. I want to put out another podcast. It's just like, damn, I really wish we could have done it.
But it's just like our schedule gets so fucked up so easily.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I never know if I'm going to work Saturday. That's why I like doing it Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And it's like, it'd be so simple as moving the fucking computer up into my room, but then my dad like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Normal
like,
dad shit.
Yeah, like, Dad, you're never home. Like,
yeah, I feel it. I feel the same way, though. I feel like I'm never home either. I'm either at work every day or, like, here if I'm not at work.
See, it's one of the perks of being a teacher because you work 5 days and you have the weekends off. So the pay is not great, but you weekends off.
It's a consistent schedule
that
you know. My schedule, I never know, but I'm okay with that. I like my job. I like where I'm at. But yeah, so
speaking of which, let's break down the week.
Oh yeah, you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
My week was crazy. No, my week was weird. So weird. No, my week was like short but like long at the same time. I had 3 long days. They all mushed together for me because I'd go to work, go home, eat, go to sleep, go to work, go home, eat, go to sleep. So it was just like one of those weeks where it's just like, can it end? Can we just do our podcast? And then like Johnny was supposed to be on it, but you guys did something. That's why we didn't do it that night.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later. But yeah, this week was alright, I guess. I don't want to say boring. Definitely wasn't boring, but it wasn't fun either. So
I feel that.
It's like I feel like a boring loser who no one wants to listen to. But our views picked up. That was pretty cool.
And
yeah, what about you?
It was a weird spur. Dude, so this week was like, you know how like last week in the podcast I was talking about a state observer.
Yeah.
For the inspection or whatever. That was supposed to happen last week, but I forget what happened and wound up happening this week. So this week it was just a weird build-up, like really intense build-up to Thursday.
Uh-huh.
And so like Thursday comes around. Oh yeah, and then I worked extra hours on Thursday too. So it was like, fuck. We have the inspection on top of that. I don't get up till 8.
Jesus.
And so 12 hours is not insane, but like 12 hours with the kids, so you might as well be like 3 days.
Yeah, no, I feel it. 12 hours is definitely like a normal day for me, but 12 hours like straight with little kids, I don't think I could do that. It's just too much time around little kids.
Too much energy is what it is, because it's like usually around 3 or 4 is when my energy starts to die down.
Yeah,
I hit that like 2 o'clock slump, like because I take my lunch at 2, and I'm like, that's right around when kids might take naps or whatever, and so like energy just floored. Yeah, but yeah, so I had the inspection on Thursday. Super stressful all week, and I wound up doing great.
That's awesome.
The inspector loved like our classroom.
That's good.
I haven't heard too much about other classrooms, but I guess that's really none of my business.
Yeah.
And then, you know, for me, like, oh, the worst part of the day is over now.
Yeah.
and it wound up working out great because it was at like 10 in the morning. So I was like,
yeah. So that build up, you just got it out of the way in the morning instead of like, you know, like when you're a little kid and you get in trouble and your parents are like, we need to talk to you.
Yeah.
And like the whole time you're sitting there like, fuck, fuck, I'm in so much trouble. I'm in so much trouble. And then you get to that point, and then it finally gets over with, and you're just so relieved. It's just that build up to...
Yeah, I've always been that kind of way as a kid. Like, when I got in trouble, I was like, okay, let's just get it out of the way. Like, I've always been that way. Like, I don't care.
I don't want to wait. Just punish me now.
Yeah, it's like, thankfully, my parents never really picked up on that.
Yeah.
They, like, as soon as they were mad at me, it was just right then and there, because then...
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the point of waiting anyway? Once you wait that long to a certain moment, the kid's probably going to forget, or at least I remember in my encounters, I've forgotten that I got in trouble. I go downstairs. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Go back to your room. It's like, oh, shit. All right. My bad. Why? Oh, yeah, I got in trouble.
Oh, shit, yeah. Fuck.
I was cussing, fucking motherfucker. No.
And then, had a long 12-hour day, and that went really well, too. Like, it was like, goddamn. Like, I'm really excited for the extra hours. But then I was, like, nervous. Because for some reason I was under the impression that I wasn't going to know any kids there.
Oh, really?
Because, I wasn't with kids like my age. Like, my kids' age. Like, 1 to 2. We were, like, 4, 5, and 6-year-olds. 7, and there was a 7-year-old there, too.
A little more energy.
Yeah, and so it's like... I was nervous because I didn't think I was going to know anyone there. But they wound up just being... like the kids I started off with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just your like OG kids that you're like, oh, hey, what's going on?
And so that went over really well, and we really impressed our director that night, me and Matthias, because me and Matthias both worked that night.
That's awesome.
And she was just gung ho about how we were going to take control of the group.
Yeah.
And we had 12 kids on our own, so it was like.
Taking control of that shit.
Yeah, and then so excited because then I knew the day after that was just a staff meeting, in-service day. I don't know. I wasn't sure what it was going to be, but usually in-service days are pretty short. And got there an hour late.
Oh, well, while Ron's fixing the phone for Chunky, I'm going to talk about the movie Halloween. That movie was crazy.
Yeah, I fell asleep last night.
I watched it like 3 times.
Really?
Yeah. And that movie's cool. Danny McBride is executive producer on it. It's a sequel based off the very first Halloween, which is amazing. It's supposed to take place like 40 years later. Michael Myers is fucking insane in the membrane. Insane, you got no brain. He was like messing with this girl in the bathroom stall at first. Like, he goes to push on the door, and then the chick's like, excuse me, and so he starts to walk away. Then he turns back, and then he just drops a bunch of fucking teeth on the ground, dude. And she's like, oh my god. And then she like starts crawling under the bathroom stall to the next stall. Michael Myers just busts open the door and just like picks her up, starts choking her. And then the doctor comes in. He's like, Michael. And then Michael turns around and then just starts beating his fucking head, like his head into the wall, into the bathroom stall, into everything.
I think he did that Halloween too.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was good. Good movie. I liked it.
Oh yeah, in-service days.
Yeah.
Got there an hour late, super nervous. Like, fuck, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for being so late. And then got there. Manager was like, yeah, this is shit. You've been to 3 fucking trainings for this, so it's like not a big deal. And so that took 4 hours.
Yeah,
it was about noon. Okay.
Oh, sidetrack. Chunky is asking for the phone again, but another death was, there's this ugly kid and he's like trying to make a move on a girl, and then he ends up just like biffed it. God, it feels so weird. I feel like I'm not doing the podcast, and it's throwing me off. My motivation for this one's definitely slacking, I feel, and I hate it. It's not that I don't want to do it. I would love to do it. I want to do it. We're doing it.
Sorry, taking care of Chunky, but got over around noon and went on lunch. Came back 20 minutes and came back, asked my lead if there's anything I needed to do because, like, you know, there's always small stuff that you could do on in-service days like that. I'm like, oh, what can I do, like, before day's over or whatever. And she's like, oh, yeah, just sanitize toys, spray everything down the room, and that's pretty much it. And so I just threw all the fucking toys and threw the sanitation thing, like, which is just a big dishwasher. Mm-hmm. And that was it. That was my day. Like, and then I was so fucking excited after that because it was like 1:30 by that time. And then I was just super hyped. I got home, rushed home, and then I got ready for YG on Friday. YG was insane, dude.
Like, everybody and their mother was at that concert, I swear to God. I see so many people on Snapchat, like, all went to YG.
Fucking thousands of people. Huge show. Like, I was expecting something like Soda, but the fucking Washington Musical Theater? Yeah, WAMU Theater. Washington Musical Theater, huge.
Yeah.
Fucking huge. And
that's where we're supposed to see Mac Miller, dude.
And it was like...
Yeah.
Sorry, so
much. What video is that?
Emma and Gianni pretend to play with Hairstyling Beauty.
Yeah, that's weird.
Kids watch weird videos.
Weird ass videos.
And so, yeah, like...
YG concert.
YG was absolutely insane. Like, it was a lot of fun. And like, I know a lot of people don't like being packed in, like, literally packed in like sardines, and like, have people like pushing you around, and like all that shit. But honestly, that's like one of my favorite aspects of it. That's honestly like one of my favorite aspects. It was just like being
like a big old mosh pit.
Yeah, basically. And then we didn't get into a mosh pit last night because, quite honestly, it was a bunch of skinny little white girls. So it's like there wasn't a lot of people down for a mosh pit. If it was dudes, it was kind of dudes built like me. Like big ass dudes, so they probably didn't have, you know, the motivation or the energy or whatever to do a mosh pit. Either that or there were people, like, it was either that, but there weren't a lot of them, and they were pretty spread out when they were few and far between, but they're dudes built like Johnny, and
yeah,
so it's like there was potential, but then like they were all just like huddled up next to their girlfriends and shit, so it's like they weren't really down for a mosh pit. They're like, God damn it. That's like one of my favorite aspects of fucking mosh pits. So they didn't fucking happen. I guess one did happen, but it sucked, dude. It fucking sucked. Like there weren't very many people, and it was just tiny. It was just fucking tiny. Like, that's not a fucking mosh pit. That's two dudes fucking pushing each other. And then a fight broke out between these two big ass bitches right next to me and Mac and Johnny.
A big bitch fight? Yeah. Were they punching each other in the titties?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then like one bitch got her weave ripped out.
Oh, Jesus, dude. Were they hood bitches?
Yeah, dude. It was like skinny little white girls, big dudes, and big ass hood bitches. That's the majority of what was there. That was a pretty vast majority of what was there. And then sprinkled in like jocks, and there was even like one dude. He looked like he was like my dad's age.
Really? He's all YG 400. Old guy. Old white guy.
I'm guessing he was probably just chaperoning like his daughters or whatever. But
so his daughters don't get too turned.
Yeah. But like, dude, what the fuck is the point of going to a concert if you can't get stupid? Like, and then it was funny. Like, walking out of WAMU after everything, you know, like, just seeing all the fucking steam, and there was an accumulation of probably steam and smoke. Yeah. But it was a lot of, you could tell the difference between steam and smoke. Yeah. But you like just walking out and seeing all the steam roll out of the building just because of the pure like
everyone
humanity, like. Yeah, dude. And then like walked out, and the first thing we fucking see is this dude roll around. I don't know what the name of the street is, but the street that like CenturyLink, WAMU. Is it T-Mobile Park or is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, T-Mobile. Like, it's not Safeco anymore. So it's like
yeah, I guess
T-Mobile. I think.
Pretty sure that Safeco's still on top of the building though.
Oh, but yeah, like whatever. It doesn't. I guess that doesn't really matter. But rolling down the street like this. I couldn't remember. I think it was a black caddy. Fucking, he had a fucking red vines jar, just fucking packed with joints.
Jesus, dude.
Like, he was selling for like he was like slinging it for like $1. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
He's selling joints for $1 out in Seattle. You know, the huge.
Nothing too out of the ordinary, if you ask me.
Hey, anyone want a joint? It's $1. And probably like majority of those kids were all underage too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, $1. He's like, I got Cash App. He's like, really hustling, man.
Yeah. Hustle game strong. So earlier this week we put out a question on our social medias if anyone had any questions for us. And I had a couple of responses. I know you had more than a couple of responses.
Yeah.
But we don't know each other's questions. And my first question is from Jocelyn. Shout out Jocelyn and Tim and
regular listeners of ours.
Yeah, baby Martin. Pretty sure Martin doesn't listen to us, but I hope not. We cuss so much on this shit.
So does Martin though.
Big facts. Shit. Yeah.
Fucking shit. Like he was like throwing a ball at us. Oh my god, I love that kid.
Yeah, he's a cute kid. So my first question was from Jocelyn. What's the most embarrassing thing you've done or encountered? And I think you said it on the last podcast.
Oh yeah. That's if you listen to the whole thing.
Yeah. It was at like the last 3 minutes, and it's so funny to me.
Yeah.
We don't know if people listen to it.
And like if you want to know, you're gonna have to go fucking listen to it.
I ain't gonna say that shit.
I'm not gonna say it. We're trying to get our views up. You can go listen to that shit. Last podcast.
Yeah.
AirPods and Birkenstocks. And so, what about you?
The most embarrassing thing I've ever done or encountered, I want to say all the cringe moments of just me in high school. I think a big part, high school in general, was embarrassing for me because I had no control of anything because I was straight zombie mode. But like the most embarrassing thing I've encountered was, I'm pretty sure this girl was cracked the fuck out. She was all cracked out. And it was by the 4-way stop by the urgent care in Paulsville. She was butt-ass naked. And I was with my mom. And then the cop's trying to detain her, but didn't want to, like, put his hands on her. Because, like, you know, it'd be weird, I guess.
You want to grab some crack titty?
Yeah. It was so weird, though. Like, I didn't know whether to, like, laugh really hard.
Or get a boner.
Or stare. Because I was with my mom, so it's just like, this is uncomfortable.
This is uncomfortable.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's, I don't know. I'm just an embarrassment in general.
I feel that.
Like, you don't want to hang out with me in public because I'll probably embarrass you with dumb shit I do or say.
Yeah, I'll definitely embarrass you with the dumb shit I say. So it's like, because I have absolutely zero filter. So like,
yeah, exactly. And then my other question, and this is a fucking tricky question that I don't even want to answer. It's from Taekwe. Shout out Taekwe. He's my buddy. He said, who is more loyal in relationships, men or women?
I'm like, no, I don't think there's a set answer for that.
Yeah,
I think,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't think there's a fucking set answer. Like, because I think men and women are equally shitty in their own respective aspects.
Correct.
And so it's like, it really goes person to person. Like, you could toss a coin and be...
Like me, I'm probably going to be the most loyalist dude to whatever girl.
It really did. To me, it depends on the person. So it's like if I could be totally honest, it depends on the person, and not necessarily what you're worth to me, but then like because that's really shitty. That's a really shitty mentality. But then like I don't know how else to put it. Like,
yeah, that's a weird question.
It's a really fucking loaded question.
When he asked me that, I was like, dude, he's like, setting me off for haters everywhere.
But in the end, like it really varies. Like you could go person to person. Like I think
some men are shitty, some women are shitty,
and I think that's to me. I think I kind of have that. Everybody has a kind of a similar mentality to me. Like it varies from person to person.
Yeah,
and you can't even fucking lie because it's like I've cut people off that I swore were family. Like I thought were gonna be with me for the rest of my fucking life, and like now,
I 100% feel that, dude.
And so it's like
100% feel that.
And now I'm like,
relationships or friendships or whatever,
anything. I'm like,
you expect to have
that I thought were gonna be for life, and now I'm like, Well, now I'm here.
Where'd you go?
Where the fuck
was it me? I don't know. See,
was it you? It's just a loaded question. I think that anybody's at fault at this, really.
Anyone's a shitty person. Everybody's a shitty person.
Yeah, you're all shitty, and I'm shitty in your own. If you're
listening to this, you're probably a shitty person.
And like you're all shitty in your own aspects, and it's like I can't even like knock you because I'm really.
You're also shitty.
I'm really shitty, and I could have like a laundry list of fucking reasons why I'm shitty. Like,
I know one, because you have AirPods, you douche.
Yeah. See, and you're just a judgmental piece of shit.
I guess so. No, dude, I don't judge anybody.
Oh yeah, except for people with AirPods, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, that question when I opened that shit, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be a weird one. For what I've seen mostly though, I mean, like your parents and my parents, they're still together. Mm-hmm. They've been together for over 20 plus years. Mm-hmm. My parents.
Yeah, my parents are going 24 years.
So it's not like I have really that to look on, but like men and like you said, you put it in perfect words. Men and women are both shitty in their own way, and you always have these people in your life who you think are going to be there for life, and they're not there anymore. And then you have to learn to live with that and cope with it. And if you run into that person again, sure, maybe you guys are going to be best friends or whatever.
Or maybe you're going to like pick up where you left off. But
which would be awesome, but at the same time, it'd be weird because you can't just pretend like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Something happened.
But it's also another shitty aspect of life where you kind of have to. Where you kind of have to like act like that shit didn't happen or whatever. And it's like,
that's the thing though, like I don't think for certain people, for everybody, they could forget something that happened with another person and just expect to move on from it.
See, and I feel like I've gone back and forth on this. Gone back on this a lot. Like, it's another one of those scenarios. I'm like, I don't really remember what the tipping point was. Like,
right?
It just happened. There's not like a certain day where I'm like, oh man, like,
fuck that person.
Yeah, no, it's never. Like there was never a day like, oh fuck it, like, no, there was
unless like they seriously wronged you. But like for the most part, with like basically all my friends from high school, except you guys and a select few, I don't really talk to them. We just had a falling out. It just happened.
Yeah, it's just like naturally. That shit happens, and it's like that kind of leads into my question from my cousin Jonathan. He's really fucking young.
Jonathan, dude.
And he was like, he was asking advice for life.
Advice for life.
And it's like, maybe we're not the most qualified for this, but we definitely have been through some shit in our very short 23 and 20 years of life. So it's definitely. Like, and so it's like, we do have shit to offer, but it's like, maybe there's not one specific answer, like for anything.
My answer to that question is, do what you can. That sounds so stupid.
What?
If people are going to put you down, prove them wrong. Yeah. If people are going to judge you, prove them wrong.
And at the end of the day,
work hard every day.
See, and that meshes perfectly with my answer. People are always going to fucking hate on whatever you do.
No matter what.
And it doesn't matter if like most people love you. There are going to be those motherfuckers that are going to always knock what you're doing. And you just got to remain true to yourself. Like, it's just like,
gotta do you.
Gotta remain true, yeah. Because quite honestly, who gives a fuck what anyone has to say? Nobody really listens to this fucking podcast, but it's like we still do them because this is just what the fuck we love to do.
And I'll promise this is probably not our best podcast. I know it's not. I think our last one and the fourth one was like one of our tops. Like those are my favorites. But that's the thing. People are gonna knock it until they try it. Like try and listen to it. Like. You may not get where we're coming from. You may get where we're coming from. But at the end of the day, I've said this probably in all of them. It's for us. It's not for anyone else. It's for us to look back on like, hey, you remember when you got shitted on and then you talked about your AirPods? You don't remember? Because we have podcast number. So.
It's on record. Like, and so, like, just fucking, like, just do what the fuck you want to do. Because at the end of the day, if you're living your life to make anyone else happy, then you're not really living. Like, and
to be stressed out about like problems in high school, I miss my problems.
I know, dude. I think we said this in what was it, the fourth one?
Maybe
the fourth one, high school stories in the game Mexican. Yeah. I was like, man, what? And I talked about this with Rafi too, like Rafi and Devin in all
the problems we had in high school. Well, except for me, like almost dying.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty big deal.
I know, like, man, what I would do for fucking high school problems again.
Definitely.
And yeah, so it's like
enjoy life while you're fucking young. I mean, we're still young.
We're still dumb
enjoying life.
But then you realize, you got to realize once you get out of high school, life will take a big shit on you. Life will take a huge shit on you, and just.
I mean, I know, like, kids that I knew in middle school that are just doing shit now. Like, they're out exploring, they're having fun in college, they're doing whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and I have friends like traveling the world and shit like that. And so it's like,
that's not going to be for everybody.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be everybody. That's definitely a select few.
I mean, I've been working for the Squamish tribe since I was old enough. And, you know, I don't regret working. I regret not being smart with my money. I regret that, but at the same time, that's the whole point of, like, growing up and having a job.
Oh, yeah. And it's like,
all those years out of the way.
It's like, it's a big learning curve.
Yeah, exactly. But I've been working since fucking high school, so.
And so it's like, but yeah, at the end of the day, like, fuck it. Like,
live life.
Live life to make you happy, not anyone else. Fuck what like anyone has to say. It's also, life is, like, just live life, dude. That's all I have to say. Like, I hate the fact that anyone thinks that you have to live life for anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. I just like to prove people wrong. Like, look, I can do this. Shut the fuck up. You know? I think my first Instagram post was, remember you have a lot of motherfuckers to prove wrong or something.
Yeah,
shit.
I remember that. And it's like, I've always been the exact opposite. Like, I don't have to prove shit to anyone. Like,
I just hate the doubt in people that they have in me. Because they see my size, my stature, they think I can't do... They think I can't stand on a skateboard. I can ollie. I almost learned a kickflip. I can shove it on a skateboard. And that's kind of unheard of for a big dude to say that. And I could just be like, you know, fuck you. I could probably outride you any day.
And it's like, oh, like, everybody, like...
I'm not saying I'm the fucking best, though.
I know,
don't get me wrong.
Like,
I suck a bag of dicks.
And then, like, fucking everybody, like, even when we play football and shit, like, everybody, like, oh, burn them, da-da-da. Like, no, man, we won't go stride for stride, but we'll shut your ass down. Like, like people definitely underestimate our abilities as far as that goes.
And that's why I like proving people wrong.
And so, yeah.
Live life to the fullest, I'd say. I'm still learning that. It's not something you can just do.
Yeah.
It's not something you'll just do overnight.
And live life to the fullest, and then, like, that also goes as far as money. Like, as far as money will let you. So it's like... So,
get a job. Be responsible. Don't do dumb shit.
Also ties into my next question very nicely. Kanem was wondering what our dream jobs are.
Wow, dude. I'm just giving you all these segues perfectly into your next question. I love it. I only had 2 questions. I feel like a fucking loser with whatever big balls. So I don't know. My dream job. You know what? If I could be frankly honest, well, I got 2. I got 2 answers for this. One, just be famous. And that's so fucking dumb, right? It's so stupid.
It's a goal, though.
I'm a child. I'm a big ass child.
I can't even judge. Like, I'm in the same boat.
But it's like, I feel like I definitely have the personality where, like, people will love it or
just gravitate toward it.
Yeah, I get along with everybody I meet for the most part. Unless they have really something against me that I don't know why. Then, I mean, tough titty. You're missing out on a pretty fun dude. Just be hella self-confidence now. No. Either that or... Bro, what we're doing right now. If this could be our job and we got paid for making podcasts... Oh,
dude, what do I do for this to be our job? Like,
that would be awesome. That'd be... I mean, all we gotta do is... What up, bro? Basically, hang out and talk.
Yeah.
That's all. Then that's what we do all the time.
We just put it out to the world. I mean, it's like...
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
That would mean this podcast would have to really take off. And, you know, we're getting some views, you know. We're not struggling, but... At the same time, it's not for them.
Yeah.
So they don't know that. They don't bring that back. I don't know. Just to be a personality, because that's what I feel like I am. I'm just a happy, loving son of a
Rolex wearing.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Limousine riding, son of a gun.
And I like unsweetened tea. And some of the
You nasty.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, podcasting would be an awesome dream job for me. What about you?
For me, I would honestly love a job in any sort of media, really.
Yeah.
Like whether that's, a producer.
Making memes.
Yeah, any sort of media, really. Like whether it's a TV show, a movie, short film, like fucking big production YouTube videos, Snapchat videos, shit like that.
Actually, that leads me into a question I had from my boss. He didn't he doesn't have Snapchat, so he didn't hit me back up. But he was asking me like, why not set up a couple cameras and have people see us talk as well, like audio and visual. But I was telling him like, yo, right now the way we're doing it is not the way we want to do it 100%. I told him once like I get my own place or something happens where it can just be a room dedicated to podcasting.
Yeah.
Then we could work on some type of video element at some point. But for now, you just get to listen to our weird voices. Your deep voice and my manly, sometimes not so manly voice.
And so, like, anything, like, as far as, like, whether it's producing or I'm not necessarily a director, like, photographer or, like, anything, like, really anything I would do with media and, or art or anything like that. Like, I would just love the process of making something, really.
You could make Subway sandwiches because that's art.
It is art. My dream job is to be a sandwich artist. Dude, fuck, maybe fucking Seattle's making $15 an hour. That's $2 more than I'm making.
Well, technically, your art. Your dad's dick was a paintbrush, your mom's pussy was a canvas. Boom, your art.
Boom, your art.
This is the end if people didn't get that reference.
And so it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like I would love to just like, or like be like a consulting agent, like working in a consulting agency, like everything from like basically getting paid to know people. Like it's like if you're already like let's say you already got a project started,
yeah.
And I just want to help you not necessarily get from point A to point B, but point B to C. Help you be that next step.
So people can see.
Yeah.
Oh, get it?
Shit there. I see it. And so like that'd be really cool. Yeah. Like,
quite honestly, in a way, basically, yours is basically like mine, famous for doing something with social media or knowing people.
Yeah, like, well, not necessarily famous, but knowing people in power. Like, knowing people in certain industries. And, just like, and yeah, kind of famous, I guess, like
half famous.
Like, what do you call it? Like,
I just want to be some girl's booty call.
I just want to be some fucking girl's bicycle seat, okay? Just like
yo, for real, hit me up. Diesel_339 at Instagram.
And at Ronnie Rose Instagram.
That'd be cool if that's how we met our dream girl, was through podcasting too.
Oh, dude, that'd be lit.
That never happened though.
Oh yeah, maybe it happened.
What?
No, I can't. I'm not.
I want to know.
We're not supposed to say it anymore. So
yeah. If you know, you know. What's up, Alina? I don't care. Oh shit. Yeah, that girl's gonna hate my guts.
Yeah.
Oh. Actually, she liked my last picture from was a SCB Podcast picture of us, or I think it was our last one.
Yeah.
She liked it. So that means I don't think she listened to the first one. Or the second one. I don't know if...
Or most of them.
Yeah, all of them. If we get big, we'll just throw her a couple bucks for using her.
Yeah. We'll just like, oh yeah, we'll float you a few shekels.
Here, go buy yourself something nice.
I said something nice, not expensive. GTA reference.
I didn't get it.
And then... What else was another question I had? I have them all pretty much memorized. Oh yeah, this one is like it's kind of weird for me because I'm not really into it. LeBron or MJ?
LeBron or MJ?
Yeah.
Fuck LeBron James, dude. No, I won't lie. LeBron James is good at basketball, but I'm just gonna have to say MJ all the way, dude. Michael Jordan. Even though like LeBron has all this shit, I don't care. I like Michael Jordan way better. Dude, Space Jam, best movie ever. Michael Jordan. Oh, actually, I think they're supposed to make a part 2 with LeBron James.
Yeah.
I'm not stoked about it.
But yeah. Tell me when LeBron plays Major League Baseball.
Yeah, LeBron's a pussy.
No, I'm just like, for me, I'm just going to say it off the rip. Like, I'm MJ all the way. I respect LeBron a lot. He's great. He's great for the fucking culture of just not necessarily.
He's
like,
with the culture.
Yeah, he's great just as a human being. You can whatever his like. Oh, you could hate his basketball game, but you cannot hate LeBron as a person. He's a fucking great person. You cannot. He's like one of those people that you just cannot hate.
No, one reason why I hate him is because he was in a movie with Amy Schumer. Fuck that bitch.
Oh, I feel that. Okay, yeah, fuck that dude.
I don't like him or respect him now.
And it's so funny because MJ is the opposite. MJ is the fucking opposite of that.
Dude, Gatorade. Do you feel it? I don't know. He made a commercial a long time ago. The Palmer Squares were talking about it on their podcast, and then just in the background you just hear Gatorade. Can you feel it? And it's Michael Jordan repeating that multiple times. It's so funny.
Because, yeah, MJ is the complete opposite. He's a really, really shitty person. Like, he's like one of the greatest of all time as far as basketball goes. He defeated how many fucking dynasties?
Yeah.
On his own, pretty much. I mean, he did have one of his own at one point. Fucking Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, da-da-da. I know I'm
not gonna lie, dude.
I'm skimming over this.
I have no idea anything about the NBA,
and so
that's why I don't really care about that question.
But yeah, and then he's great. That's why he had however many championships. I don't know, but he's a really fucking shitty person. I've heard it from several people.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and I've had friends who have met him, and he's really, really, really shitty. Like, he doesn't like taking pictures. He doesn't like anything like that. Like, he doesn't like interacting with people really. And LeBron's the complete opposite, which is why I'm like 51-49, just because I love MJ's shoes too. So it's like,
yeah,
I'm like 51-49.
Actually, hate Jordans too. Fuck both of them. Fuck basketball. No, but he doesn't. Is it in you? That's what he says. Gatorade.
Is it in you?
Yeah. It's pretty funny. But yeah, we're recording this during the NFC Championship game. What's the score?
13-0 Rams.
13-0 Rams? No, the Saints, dude.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Stupid. So right now, this is my Super Bowl guess. It's gonna be the Chiefs and the Saints. However, I would love for the Rams and the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl because their game was nuts last time they played. But that's my guess. What? Yeah. I don't think we're editing this out. This
Fuck no.
Weird long pause of nothingness.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. I have one more question.
You should have saved them on your notepad or something.
Yeah, I should have, but I didn't.
That's why you rookie.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, it was one from Manuel. It was like, "Do you love me?"
Oh.
The answer is kinda.
Damn. I love you, Manuel.
The answer is sure.
Manuel, do you love me? About that, bud. I love you, Manuel. I wish I had more questions. I had over 30 people look at my fucking Snapchat.
We had like 150 overall, like Snapchat, Instagram, and we got like 5 or 6, which isn't bad. I'm not gonna complain. I'm just glad we got it all.
Yeah. Really. What's our time looking like?
40. We're creeping up on 40 minutes.
40 minutes of like mostly boring stuff. I feel like I sounded so boring on this podcast.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the lower energy
ones. Yeah,
one of the definitely lower energy ones.
But like we said,
which is good.
We were supposed to have we can't all the time be giggles and shits and giggles. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah,
I'm still fucking up my words.
Yeah, not everything's gonna be super hilarious.
And you know what's worse? I can't even think of a fucking title for this one because we haven't.
I know, and it's probably gonna be some boring shit like Q&A or something. Like
boring ass Q&A.
Boring.
That's the one.
That's mildly entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, that's as entertaining as me trying to say that. Yeah. That's as entertaining as this podcast was.
Boring ass Q&A. You could take that for what it's worth.
Yeah. So people aren't gonna be stoked. They're like, "Oh wow, they're really giving up." And
oh, dude, we hit the 7 slump as well.
Fuck you, Ty, bitch.
We could be done after this one.
Alright, this is it. We just got the 7 episodes out, and that's it. Game over. What's up? No. Chunky. She's just looking at me like I'm weird because I'm talking into a mic. Huh, Chunky? No. Alright, well.
Yeah, I'm ready to go watch some football. So
yeah. Football? Wait, what's your Super Bowl prediction?
Mine? Yeah. Battle of the Goats.
Battle of the Goats. So Saints and
Pats.
Bitch ass. Tom. Bitch. Brady. Bitch.
Battle of the Goats. That's my prediction.
Alright. Mine's the Saints and the Chiefs. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No.
Nothing at all? You're not even going to plug yourself one more time?
Oh, no.
This is when we start getting the laughs at the very end. Alright, well, I want to say like, comment, subscribe, even though this one was kind of boring. Boring ass Q&A. Stay sexy and be humble, and yeah, go do something with your life instead of listening to our podcast, you lazy piece of shit. Peace.